If you are a digital artist working on HD and film resolution projects, then you're in the right place. Over the next few minutes, you'll learn how to increase your competitive edge, improve efficiency, and maximize your creative control. The Avid Artist series of controllers opens a new door to productivity for digital imaging technicians, directors of photography, camera operators, visual effects artists, editors, and colorists. Whether you're on set, in the studio, or in post, these high-quality, slimline control surfaces elevate your system and workflow to a whole new level. Avid Artist Color is a professional color grading surface that offers tactile control over a range of applications, including Apple Color, Autodesk Smoke for Mac, the Foundry Storm, and Red Camera's Red Cine X. These companies have natively integrated Avid's open Yukon control protocol into their professional-level applications for extended control over all major functions to deliver a tight, connected experience in which the control surface acts and feels like a physical extension of the software. Artist Color's 3 high-resolution optical trackballs and 3 weighted track wheels offer tactile feedback otherwise only found on the most expensive hardware grading solutions at many times the price. Artist Color also features soft keys that can be programmed for each application with a host of functions, ranging from simple keyboard shortcuts to complex macro commands. We'll focus here on optimizing your Red camera workflow using Red Cine X together with Avid Artist Color. Shooting with a Red digital cinema camera produces Red code RAW files which can be recorded onto external media such as Red Flash, Red Drive, or Red RAID. Red Cine X is a free application developed by Red Digital Cinema to allow for the preview, manipulation, and transcoding of Red code RAW files. Red Cine X provides a browser and bin architecture for accessing your files, a viewer for playback and preview, and there are also color controls for creating a visual look for camera, for dailies, or for editorial media. The results of your work can be output as camera setups, post-production metadata, and new Red code RAW files, along with other media formats such as Avid DNX HD. Artist Color is sturdy whilst maintaining a sleek and portable design. The button pushes feel solid and well-engineered, as does the weighting on knobs and dials. Setup is ultra-simple with just a single Ethernet cable to your Mac or connected hub. This means that Artist Color is easy to deploy either in your facility or in the field. During camera setup, test clips can be recorded. These test clips are then opened in Red Cine X where a look can be developed. This look is now essentially backed up and can be loaded back into your camera or onto multiple cameras for ultimate confidence when shooting. Alternatively, material may be recorded and graded on set. The grading information can then be applied to dailies or else saved and then recalled later in the post-production workflow. Back at the post facility, Artist Color can be used to preview and provide a more accurate grade for either dailies or the material generated for either a non-native or Red native editorial workflow. As soon as I launch Red Cine X, the application is automatically detected by Artist Color and its parameters are displayed on the surface. The soft keys too are automatically assigned to specific functions within the software, as Artist Color comes pre-programmed for Red Cine X amongst many other applications. Taking a closer look at Artist Color, we have our high-resolution OLED displays across the top, along with primary buttons such as Power, Bank, Page, plus 2 more specialized buttons known as Application Change and Show. We'll cover those in just a moment. Here in the center, there are 6 soft knobs for adjusting parameters. Below that, we have our 9 user-definable soft keys. Transport keys are here on the right. And then 3 high-resolution optical track balls with 3 weighted track wheels and their associated reset keys. Finally, there are 2 shift keys, one on each side and a nav key here on the left. Once inside Red Cine X, if I browse to the location of my Red code RAW files and load a clip into the viewer, you could see that Artist Color has immediate transport control over that clip. In addition, I can use the 6 soft knobs to deftly manipulate the F-LUT, shadow, saturation, contrast, brightness and exposure of the image in the viewer. The soft knobs can also be pressed to reset the parameter value. Lift is driven by the leftmost trackball and wheel, so here I am primarily affecting the shadows or blacks in the image. Gain affects the white or bright portions of the image and is manipulated by the rightmost trackball and wheel. The track wheels control the level or brightness of the color data. The trackball is controlling the balance or relative distribution of the color data. Gamma affects the mid parts of the image, those values falling between the shadows and the highlights. I can reset each trackball with the outer button and reset each track wheel with the inner reset buttons. If I like what I've done, I can save that information. In this case, let's go ahead and save it back to the camera. If I'm going to be working in Red Cine X or with Artist Color a great deal, then I may want to add some extra functionality to speed things up. So now let's go back to the Show key I mentioned earlier. As you can see, this brings up the Soft Keys tab of the EU control settings. Here we can see all 9 of the soft keys on Artist Color represented. Double-click on the key you want to map and the command dialog pops open. Next, drop down the command menu and add a key. In this case, I'm adding one to activate full screen playback mode. I can now give that new soft key allocation a name here in the interface and click Save. And of course, if I have more than 9 values to control, I can then use the shifted versions of the soft keys to extend my page up to 18 values, and then move to page 2 and so on. So there's plenty of room for deep tool sets. Next, I can again use the Show button, but this time to close the EU control interface and return to Red Cine X. Now I can use the new command I just mapped along with all the others I had already programmed to move around the interface and manipulate the tools with a great deal more fluidity. Here, for example, I am going to decrease color saturation as I pull the mid-range values down. Next, I'm going to adjust the exposure whilst I also use my lift controls at the same time. And as I continue to tweak the exposure, I can also start rolling my mid-range values towards blue and cool the scene off. And since the next clip is one of a series, I'll copy the grade I just created and apply it to my next clip using one of the pre-mapped soft keys. So you can really see the advantage of being able to do more than just one operation at once. Once satisfied, I can export my clips, in this case maybe as H.264 files for dailies. Another powerful feature of Artist Color is the way it supports smooth application switching. Earlier I mentioned the application change button. This allows rapid access to other applications with your page buttons, allowing control backwards and forwards to make your selection. What's even more impressive is that Artist Color will seamlessly switch to whichever software application you bring into the foreground. You can even switch between multiple workstations with all keyboard and mouse commands automatically forwarded to the second workstation. If you have a facility or boutique, this can help keep costs down by allowing you to use Avid Artist Color with different stations on your network. Artist Color is also scalable. By combining Artist Color with other Artist series controllers like Artist Transport, you can build a larger integrated video editing control surface. Here, I'm using Artist Color together with Artist Transport. Artist Color is a powerful addition to your creative environment, providing a high-precision, tactile experience that gets results faster and with more creative control. The Avid Artist series can be used in conjunction with a busy and growing list of professional-level software. Visit avid.com to find out more.